Hi guys, it's Brittany. So, in today's video, I'm going to be doing a movie discussion popcorn chat video, and it is going to be on The Mummy. And of course, The Mummy was released in theaters on May 7th, 1999, and had just celebrated its 25th anniversary. I don't know if it's free to watch anywhere right now, but if it is, I'm going to watch it in order to celebrate its 25th anniversary because it's one of my favorite movies and I just love it. So, for those who may or not know or have seen the movie, but I do recommend it, is this great, fun, entertaining action adventure mummy movie, and I just love it. So let me read to you a little bit about the story here. So in Thebes, Egypt, 1290 BC, High Priest Imhotep has an affair with Anck-su-namun, the mistress and future bride of Pharaoh Seti I. They kill the pharaoh after he discovers the relationship. Imhotep flees while Anck-su-namun kills herself, believing he can resurrect her. Where did I leave off? Imhotep and his priests steal her corpse and travel to Hamunaptra, the city of the dead. The resurrection ritual is stopped by Pharaoh's bodyguards, the Medjai. Imhotep's priests are mummified alive, and that's what happened to him as well. While Imhotep himself is tortured and cursed and buried alive with flesh-eating scarabs at the feet of a statue of the god Anubis. The Medjai are sworn to prevent Imhotep's return because because of this, that even in the beginning, that as he is mummified alive and these flesh-eating scarabs are eating him away, but very, very slowly. And to how slow that may be, I don't know. But that, okay, let me look this up real quick, hang on. So the one that we hear narrating the beginning is actually a character that we get to meet later on in the movie. And the character is Ardeth Bay, played by Oded Fehr. So he's the one that narrated the beginning of the movie. Because at some point, before we see the title of the movie and before the rest of the story, before we get to see the rest of the story, that that he says that if anyone should bring him back, that he will bring with him the 10 plagues of Egypt. I think there is something else he said too, but I forgot what that was. Oh, I gotta watch it again. It has been years since well, maybe not years, or I think, yeah, actually it has been, no, well, not that long, but I think it's been like, what, maybe 3, maybe 4 years since I've seen it, only because, I mean, I do have it on DVD, but it's so scratched up that it doesn't play, and that it's just like skips and it just stops and you hear the skipping sound of it. And plus with that, I would have to get another, I would have to get it again on DVD. And not only that, but if I were to watch it, it's like, where can I watch it? Because is it even free to watch? I hope so. So that's what the plot is, and that's what happens at the beginning of the movie. That's what we see, where it shows the past before it gets to the present, which takes place. Hold on. So when it comes to the present, it actually takes place in 1926. So that's where it takes place in the present in 1926. And we see Brendan Fraser as Rick O'Connell as an adventurer, and we see Rachel Weisz as Evelyn, as she is a librarian, but you know, she has a love for ancient Egypt, and then there's her brother Jonathan, and so yeah, it's just this. I just love the story and everything, because it's fun, it's entertaining, and plus it's just this great story where you are getting to know the characters and you like the characters, because I feel like they're just so likable, and it has this, you know, of course, fun adventure with action and some, of course, a little bit of horror elements as well when it comes to Imhotep, especially when it comes to when he is resurrected, because when Evelyn reads the Book of the Dead, and she reads a part in the book and he comes back, and of course it still looks like as if he was still decomposing, because he still has some you know, flesh on him, but even his flesh still looks like it wasn't, it was still there, but it looks like it was still, you know, in the process of decomposing, you know. So yeah, that part, having these scenes where having these horror elements where it just makes it feel just scary. It has a nice touch to it, because I feel that I think those scenes were meant to feel like scary, in the way that it did, and I love that. And so yeah, I just love the story and how everything turned out, and even like with these, like I said, scary things going on, and all of it, it's just great. But I will say this, when he does come back, so yeah, when he does come back, he pretty much gets his revenge, and he still plans on resurrecting his one love. And even though his love was the Pharaoh's future bride, but yet they were the ones that were in love with each other. So because he was willing to still resurrect her, he was, and the thing is, he was able to do that. But when he brought her back, she didn't look all young and youthful. You know, he brought her back with knowing that it was her mummified corpse that he brought back. So it just seemed like, and that part itself is scary, and that part even scared me quite young when I was little, because even when she's like going after Evelyn, and you know how the camera gets real close and she's like that, it's like, oh, that was scary. So that even scared me as a kid. But so yeah, I just love it. And even the music itself, because the music does have this great like adventure music to it, where it really blends in with the movie and with the action sequence. But it also, the music can sound very very scary too, especially in a way to make those scenes feel like terrifying of what is going on, and you feel that, and it's in a way feels it feels uneasy and very unsettling and just terrifying, like, oh, but you know how that's when they do a good job right there. So yes, I just love the story, the characters, and I love the cast and their performances, and I love the music, and the music is composed by Jerry Goldsmith, and he was a really great music composer because he did other music for other movies, including The Omen, Basic Instinct, and The Ghost in the Darkness. And since he did the music for The Mummy, that's just so great. It's just amazing, and there you get like, okay, when you hear the music, you get where it sounds really nice. No, of course it is. It is great, but you get ones that fit so well with the action sequences, even with the horror element scenes of things that are going on. They're a little bit more terrifying, and that's what I love. I really do. And even, I would say, even when it comes to, I would say, even the romantic music between Rick and Evelyn, even that is great as well. Even like oh, how do I put this? Like, even like with the, I feel like just with overall how the music and how you hear the music, where it sounds different with different aspects of the movie, and how it blends in and brings the scenes to life along with the performances, is just amazing and I love it. And oh, okay, what else? Oh, and I love the costume designs, especially like, okay, I love the costume designs for Rick's character, well, you know, for Brendan Fraser's character, for Rick, and for Rachel Weisz's character of Evelyn, and even the costume designs of Ancient Egypt, and even the designs, like even the architecture and just the location setting was just beautiful. It was amazing, and it just fits so well with the story, and love that. And just everything else. And let's see, okay, excuse me. So the part where when he comes back is so terrifying, and I think this happened though, wasn't there a scream of some kind? Because I think when they were, because with Rick and with Jonathan, when they were just opening this sarcophagus, as they were opening it, you can see how Evelyn's just waiting until it's open, and she's just waiting. But then when it's finally open, then Imhotep's corpse comes out like this. But when it comes out, I don't know if you hear like a certain war sound, or if it's like kind of like a war, but you hear, but I don't think they heard it, but I think it was just like a sound effect. I think to hear that, because I think just to make it more scary, I think to make that part a little bit more like a jump scare. So yeah, and of course she got startled as well, you know, as we can see. And so as she's, you know, observing his corpse, that's when she mentioned it. She says, it looks like he's still decomposing. And yeah, that's what it does look like. But and what's funny here is that she says he looks so, and both Rick and Jonathan, they said juicy. And yeah, but then later that's when she mentioned that it looked like he was still decomposing and the process of that. And so yeah, in fact it does look like that for sure. Yeah, definitely. And so, cause yeah, she said that he had left a message underneath the top, the lid of the sarcophagus, and that he had written, I believe, with his fingernails. He's and an Egyptian. He wrote, "Death is only the beginning." And now I don't know what he meant by that. It could be he meant that when he comes back and when he's resurrected, I think that will be the beginning where he'll take revenge and still do what he'll be able to do to resurrect his love, Anck-su-namun. So I don't know if that's what he meant. I don't know if he meant his death will be the beginning of him bringing death upon those that he encounters. I mean, it could be, but I don't know what he meant. It could be that, but it could be something else too, but I don't know. And but yeah, the actor who plays Imhotep he played it so very well because he's so intimidating and just terrifying as that character. But yeah, he actually, I would say that's one character that probably scared me as a kid. I'm like, oh no, no, no. It's just one of those things. And so even though he scared me as a kid, but I still loved the movie and I still watched it like again and again and again. But of course, at some point I wasn't scared. Now I would say honestly, I'm still scared of the character because he still comes across as this intimidating, terrifying character, especially when he comes back to life as a as a living mummy of the undead mummy. Even though he was dead to begin with, but then he came back, so now he's the living undead. So that just makes him a little bit more terrifying. But I still love everything about it, and oh gosh, there's so much to say about it. And so yeah, I remember, because yeah, somehow I think when he saw Evelyn, I think she reminded him of Anck-su-namun, but I'm not sure how that is because they don't, they don't look alike, they don't look similar. So it could be is that maybe when he saw her, it could be that was her beauty that reminded him of his love. So it could have been that, but could be, and it could be. So wait a minute. Okay, so when he was planning on to resurrect her, it was because of the fact that he was going to kill Evelyn, so that way when he resurrects Anck-su-namun back, that her soul would go into Evelyn's body, and of course Evelyn's soul would be who knows where. I think her soul would probably have gone to heaven where she would be at peace. But I think the scary thing would be, yeah, that would have been really scary if that did happen. especially for a Nox and the Moon's soul to go into Evelyn's body just to bring her back that way. Why? Like, so yeah, I think, yeah, that's why. So yeah, I think that's why when he saw her, he thought she's beautiful, and he looked at her as that he was gonna use her to bring his, yeah, to bring his love back, but to put her soul, you know, knowing that once her soul goes into her body, but Evelyn's soul would have gone to heaven. So yeah, that would have been terrifying if he actually was actually successful in completing that ritual. And it's funny how, knowing that when he was doing this in the first place in the beginning, he was stopped by the Magi, but this time he was stopped again, but of something else, by Jonathan, by Rex. So he wasn't able to complete the ritual again. So it just goes to show that no matter, like, twice when he tried to bring her back to resurrect her, that he was stopped twice for two different reasons, and by different people that stopped him. And so it just was okay. It's just one of those things he was never able to really do to succeed in what he was about to do. So he was stopped both times. So it's like, well, that just goes to show you can't do this. Like, even though he could, and even though he could have been successful in doing so, but I believe he was stopped twice because it just, you know, if he had been successful, it would have been just terrible for one, and the thing is, it was just never meant for that to happen if he had. So yeah. But yes, like I said, I just love this movie, and I love everything about it, and I wish I could watch it again, and I wish I could watch it soon, but I don't know where it is to watch at the moment. I really don't know. Oh well. I'm sorry, that came out. I meant to say something else, but it came out as that. I don't know why. So, so yes, like I said, I just love everything about it. The story, the characters, and the actors, and their performances, and bringing these characters to life, the music, and just like even the horror elements in this movie, which makes it feel terrifying, but it just fits so well, and it blends in perfectly, and I just love everything, and I just love how it ends. Yeah, that is all for this popcorn chat video. So yes, like I said, overall I love everything about it, and I wish I could watch it again. If only I knew where to watch it and everything, but at the moment I don't. But oh well. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this movie discussion video. So so yes, so for more movie content, reactions, and dreams, subscribe and click on the bell so you'll be notified when I upload. That's all for today, and I'll see you at the movies.